Every single review just gives you a bunch of different features and you are still absolutely confused which is the best choice for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you just the very specific features that you actually need to pay attention to understand which is the best choice for you based on your specific case. And on top of that, I have some discounts and crazy bonuses if you use my affiliate links, so check out all of the links in the description. When it comes to automations with Sender, you have pretty much all of the main things you will need, all of the different triggers, all of the win-back campaigns, all of these automations, analytics, A/B testing. You also have a bunch of pre-made templates which are really nice if you don't want to think about it and you just want to insert certain things. So really you can have maybe a couple additional things that are really like extra, but in general you have pretty much everything you will need, so it's a 9 out of 10 for automations. By the way, I have created a document of 50 best growth hacks used by the biggest marketers out there. Check the link below. When it comes to ease of use and the interface, honestly, it's one of the cleanest, one of the easiest interfaces. It's very beginner friendly, very clear to navigate between campaigns, automation, subscribers, all of that. It's really a 10 out of 10, super simple. By the way, I created a blueprint for the best business model out there, so check the description. When it comes to landing pages, it has a simple drag and drop editor, nothing too crazy per se, but there's a bunch of pre-built templates to choose from. You can customize all the layouts, you can customize most of the elements that you want to add, the styling, the sections. One thing to note here is that there is no built-in A/B testing for the landing pages. This doesn't usually exist for email marketing softwares. It's really more just like a very advanced feature, but there is one or two email marketing softwares that have that. That's why I give it a 9 out of 10. When it comes to forms, you have all of the main stuff. You have the embeds, you can create different pop-ups, even gamified stuff, inline forms. It's very easy to customize and you can customize quite a bit, add all of the different basic fields, and there is no A/B testing here. So if you want to A/B test it out, you're not going to have that option. But again, most of email marketing softwares don't have that option. But in general, it's really good. It's a 9 out of 10. When it comes to newsletter designers, so designing your emails, you have a drag and drop editor that is pretty simple, but it has all of the main stuff you will need. And you have a bunch of different templates to choose from as well. It supports dynamic content. You can add personalized tags like people's names, dates, locations, and you can also A/B test different subject lines. So it has pretty much everything that you will need, but it's not as crazy, maybe customizable as some of the email builders. That's why I'll give it an 8 out of 10. When it comes to e-commerce or just selling, basically it has integrations with all of the different main shopping tools like Shopify, WooCommerce, and you can have basically different product recommendations, abandoned carts. So all of these sort of the core features that you will need for e-commerce. It is a little bit limited in terms of analytics and purchase-based segmentation, but that's because it's not primarily meant for e-commerce. So you have some email marketing softwares that are for e-commerce that have maybe a little bit more in terms of analytics and segmentation, but it's pretty good in general. It's an 8 out of 10. When it comes to AI features, for now it has just basic AI subject line. When it comes to AI features, for now it just has basic AI subject line generator and copy suggestions when you write emails. It does not yet have any predictive or automation building AI capabilities. However, most likely it's going to be developed in the future. So for now, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. A couple of unique features is SMMS automation. So aside from email, you also have SMS. So you can actually do omni-channel marketing. and it has a bunch of, as I showed before, pre-made automation workflows that you can use. This includes SMS as well, so you can use both together, SMS and email marketing. And it also has heat maps when it comes to emails. You can see what people are engaging with the most. Cheapest pricing out there from all the email marketing softwares. So first of all, they have this free forever plan, and this gives you up to 2,500 subscribers, which is really a lot of subscribers. There is a limit of 15,000 emails per month, and you get most of the basic features that you will need. There are some limitations, like you don't get A/B testing, and you don't get like unlimited email templates, pop-up templates and landing pages, but you do get most of the stuff that you will need. Now, if you want to go with the paid plan, here I chose 10,000 subscribers, and the standard plan, as you can see, is $57 a month, which is honestly crazy cheap. And the professional plan is $120 a month. So the difference here really is they put quite a few different things, but really in reality it's just that you get SMS credits in here. So here you have SMS as well, however you need to buy it separately, whereas this already comes with SMS. And as you can see here, if you're paying $120, you get that same amount in SMS credits, which sounds really great. And then all of these like advanced automations, this is just to do with SMS messages basically. So you will have all of the features that you need on the standard plan as well. The other thing to take into consideration is that if you have 10,000 subscribers, here as you can see, you have a limit of 120,000 emails per month, meaning this is 12 emails per user per month, which is might be enough for you, might not be enough for you. So that's something to take into consideration. Also, if you have below 10,000, if you have somewhere between 5 and 10, let's say 7,000, then that becomes more per subscriber than 12 emails. But if you go with professional plan, then in here you get 240,000 emails, double the amount. So basically at least 24 emails per user per month, if not more. So it's really a honestly great pricing, both even the professional, because you get all of the SMS, and if you do annual billing, this is I think the biggest discount on any email marketing software. You get 30% discount. So 10,000 subscribers is only $84 with professional plan, and only $40 with standard plan, which is honestly absolutely insane. Another thing to keep in mind as well is that if you want to buy SMS separately, or you want to buy additional SMS, whatever it is, here you can basically just put in whatever amount, and it's going to show you, okay, how much you're going to pay. You choose the country and all of that. It all depends. And another thing as well, what they have is they have pay as you go plan. So in here, as you can see, you have all of these different features, email automations, all of that. You might not have a couple of things. Basically what you have on the professional plan. But if you just want the sort of, I would say the basic, or well, almost like basically like this standard plan, then you can just choose this, and you can just pay per emails sent. So for example, 10,000 emails is $57, so you can choose which one you want to do. So honestly, I would say that this is my probably favorite software, email marketing software right now. It's best value for money, and it's the cheapest software in general. So honestly, I think this is the best value for money when it comes to email marketing softwares. And it also is the cheapest software out there. And I wouldn't say to go with the cheapest software out there just because it's cheap, because investing money makes sense, but actually all of the features that you get for the price are absolutely amazing. It literally has 95% of the things you might need. There are maybe just a couple of small things that you might be lacking, but for the price, it's an absolute no-brainer. When it comes to MailerLite automations, I actually really like the automations because they have a few very important things. So first of all, there are multi-trigger automations, which not every email marketing software has. It's a very advanced feature. They also have A/B testing within automations, which is super important. The whole interface, I actually really like it. It's very simple to do, and also they have all of these different templates, and I'm sure they're going to have more and more of these different templates that you can just press one button and you can insert that within your automations. So when it comes to automations, I give 9 out of 10 for MailerLite. When it comes to ease of use and interface, it's super clean, very beginner friendly. Honestly, I think MailerLite is my favorite email marketing software when it comes to interface. It's just so simple to use, and I just love the design. They have really nice design as well, so I'll give it a 10 out of 10. When it comes to landing pages, they have drag and drop builder. You can create some really nice designs. You can customize a bunch of stuff, all the layouts, countdowns, forms, and actually they have some very advanced features as well. So they have A/B testing, which is honestly, usually you just have A/B testing on just sales funnel builders. So it's very surprising that email marketing software has this. You also have all the SEO capabilities, Google Analytics. You even have heat maps. So honestly, it's very, very advanced. So I will give it a 9 out of 10. When it comes to forms, I actually really like the forms as well. As you can see, you have the form builder. That is pretty simple to use. And the very important thing here as well is what not every email marketing software has, is that you have A/B testing on email opt-ins. That can be very powerful if you're actually going to run A/B tests. And it's, again, something that not every single one of email marketing tools has. And you also have quite a lot of templates to choose from, so I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Newsletter Designer looks pretty good. They have this drag and drop editor that basically they use everywhere within the software. You can create some really nice emails, and they have some absolutely amazing templates. You have reusable content blocks, which is very important because you can create your own content block and you can reuse it in different newsletters. That can save you a ton of time. And again, you have a lot of templates that are optimized for mobile as well as website. So it's really a good newsletter experience. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. When it comes to e-commerce, you have all of the basic integrations with, WooCommerce, Shopify, all that. And also, MailerLite actually allows you to, even if you don't own any store, you can basically sell digital products just by using MailerLite. I don't know if that's the option necessarily you want to go with, or you want to use actual e-commerce tool, but they do provide this. And then you have all of these different features like the abandoned carts, product tagging, all of those kind of things. You can insert products within emails. I will give it an 8 out of 10 because it's not primarily made for e-commerce. So there are some tools that are more advanced than MailerLite. When it comes to AI features, basically you have AI writer for emails. It gives you suggestions and also subject lines. It can be helpful, but for now it's kind of just limited to content generation. Hopefully later on it's going to be for automations as well. So it's a 7 out of 10. So some unique features for MailerLite. First of all, there is a built-in website and blog creator. So this is pretty different from most of email marketing softwares because it actually allows you to create like a full-on website, so you can have the different sections, and they have like all of these blocks with, let's say, like different articles, so on and so forth. And as you can see here, they have all of these templates, and honestly, some of the templates, they look really like made by a nice website builder, and they have quite a lot of features. I don't know if you're necessarily going to use this, but if you don't have a website and you want to kill two birds with one stone, then they provide this feature. Also, they have reusable editor blocks, as I mentioned before, so you can keep your brand consistency, and this just saves a bunch of time. you don't need to edit everything again and again in every single email. MailerLite is probably, I would say, one of the best price email marketing softwares. So if we look at 10,000 subscribers, we have completely free plan that is up to 500 subscribers, but you do get 12,000 emails, which is quite a lot, and you get actually quite a lot of advanced features. You will be missing some things like selling digital products, having unlimited templates, things like that, but actually you do get, for a free plan, it's one of the best free plans. And for paid plans, the growing business plan is $73 a month for, again, 10,000 subscribers, which is really good. And you also get unlimited amount of emails, because some of the softwares, they cap how many emails you can send, even if they are cheaper, which is important because you might hit the limits before you hit the amount of subscribers. And advanced plan is $110, which is, honestly, when you look at all of the features that you get, it's really an amazing value for money. So the one thing to keep in mind here, whether you want to go for growing plan or advanced plan, is basically if you want to have Facebook integrations, if you want to have AI basically figuring out what are the best times sending your emails, and if you want to have promotional pop-ups and basically some of these like AI writing tools, these are some of the important things to keep into consideration, and you can go in detail. But honestly, when it comes to pricing, I would say that this is one of, if not the best software value for money. So I think MailerLite is honestly best for, it's just an amazing value for money. It's one of the cheapest platforms out there as well. If you need a simple interface. So to conclude, MailerLite is just an amazing value for money. Honestly, all of the features that you get, and it's one of the cheapest platforms in general. And if you just want something that's super easy to use, super simple interface, beautiful designs, because I really love all of their templates. You don't need to build stuff from scratch. You can actually use their templates, and they provide some really important A/B testing features. So if that's something that you think you will need, you will use templates, you will use A/B testing, then this might be a good software for you. When it comes to GetResponse automations, they do have some interesting things. So they have all of the usual sort of automations that you will need, but also they have some additional things, for example, engagement scoring, and then you can send personalized emails based on that engagement scoring. And obviously you have all of these other usual features that you will have on other tools, but I would say it's pretty advanced. And you even have some CRM based type of conditions. So I will give it 9 out of 10. I would say it's one of the stronger tools when it comes to automations in email marketing. When it comes to ease of use and interface, it's very clear layout with guided onboarding. However, Automation Builder is, because it's pretty powerful, it does feel a little bit complex for beginners. But once you kind of get used to it, it's honestly not that difficult, so I'll give it an 8 out of 10. When it comes to landing pages, this is one of the stronger points as well, and I'll show you later why exactly this is the case. But they have an excellent drag and drop builder with a bunch of different professional looking templates. You can customize all the sections, add countdowns, pop-ups, product embeds, all of those kind of things, which, to be fair, you can do with most of the landing page builders. And you have built-in A/B testing and analytics for conversion tracking, which is something that's a little bit more advanced and not every email marketing platform has. So it's a 9 out of 10. When it comes to forms, you have all the pop-ups, embeds, exit intent with really good templates, and obviously you can trigger all the automations and add tagging. It's decent customization, however, it's not as flexible design as a dedicated form tool, so it's nothing special per se, but it has all of the stuff you'll need. It's an 8 out of 10. When it comes to newsletter designer, it's a feature-rich email builder with a lot of modern templates. You'll have most of the blocks that you need, and they are reusable as well. Also, if you're selling the products, then you have dynamic product recommendations and personalized sections. There's also A/B testing for content and for subject lines. So it's pretty decent builder. I do maybe prefer some of the other email marketing builders, but this has quite a lot of different features, so I'll give it 8 out of 10. So when it comes to e-commerce and store, you have all the integrations with Shopify, WooCommerce, and it supports product tagging, abandoned cart recovery, purchase tracking. I'll show you this a little bit later, but basically you can sell your own products directly through the landing pages, and it has these sales funnel capabilities. So it's a 9 out of 10. It's a little bit more advanced maybe if you're going to use these sales funnel capabilities that I'll show you later. When it comes to AI features, they're emphasizing a lot on AI. However, what I saw mostly was there's AI email generator and subject line suggestions, which every email marketing software has. And they do have predictive time send time optimization, which again, most of the softwares have. And they also claim they have this AI campaign assistant, but I think it's very early stages maybe, so it's not very useful yet. So it's a 7 out of 10. When it comes to unique features, there are quite a few different features. So first of all, they have built-in webinar. So you can run a webinar with email marketing software, which is probably the only email marketing tool that provides webinar features. And you can also have course hosting platform. So you can basically create courses and host courses on here, which again is something that's not typical for email marketing tool. It's more for a course creation tool. Also, you have funnel builder for lead magnet sales webinars. Also, you have a funnel builder for lead magnets sales and webinars. So what this is basically, if you go in here, you will see that the way they structure this, they do it really like as a funnel. So you have your top of a funnel, let's say your Facebook ads that you can connect, landing pages, sign up forms, email marketing, sales pages, blah, 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 blah. All of these different things. And they actually even provide like a one-click upsell. Most of this, I would say that you can do this with email automations in general. So you don't necessarily need this like built-in sort of thing. They just structure it in like this specific way that kind of makes it easy to understand. But honestly, you can execute same thing with other email marketing softwares. This maybe makes it just like a tad bit easier. And also something like one-click upsell is something you will not have this with other email marketing software. So this is maybe the one thing that kind of like stands out. But all of these other features, they are available. They're maybe not just structured as nicely. There are a couple of things you have to understand when it comes to GetResponse pricing. So first of all, we choose 10,000 subscribers. With the starter plan, honestly, you are missing some of the really essential features. So if we look at the features that they provide, you will see that actually when it comes to all of these perfect timing, A/B testing, e-commerce tracking, none of these features exist with the basic plan, and even like these basic features. And also the features why you might want to go with GetResponse is all of this sales funnel builder, and that doesn't exist with this plan as well. So honestly, it's kind of limited. It's only $79 a month, which is not a bad price. However, for the features it's providing, it's not really worth it. So really, you'll want to go either with Marketer or you'll want to go with Creator. And as you can see, they're really promoting this one because the only reason you might want to go with GetResponse is if you're actually going to use all of these features of course creation, the conversion funnel, building out a website. And the Marketer plan, it's $114 a month, which is fairly competitive pricing compared to other softwares, but it doesn't have all of these features. So when it comes to webinars, website creation, course creation, it doesn't have those things. So technically, if you go for that, you'll need to go with Creator plan, which is $134, which is a little bit on the higher price end. And then you get those features. However, one thing to keep in mind here as well is that they have a limit on how many students you can have. And as you can see here, you can have up to 5,000 students. So just keep that in mind, because it might seem like a lot, but if one of the ways how you're requiring basically your email subscribers is by having a free course, then you might actually hit this number pretty quick if you have a free course. Whereas some of the other, as I said, sales pages, they might come at similar price tag, and they have unlimited, and they have additional features. When it comes to the funnel, they have very advanced features. So who is it best for? So if you want something that is a bit closer to a sales funnel builder because of what I just showed you in the last point, then this might be good, because it's email marketing software, but it's trying to sort of be a sales funnel builder as well. However, I will say one thing, that it's not as good as an actual sales funnel builder. So if you're going for this email marketing software because it's sort of like a sales funnel builder, I would say just go for a sales funnel builder, and that's it. And I'll leave a link for my favorite one. But if you want just to have some basic features, and if you want to host maybe some courses and sort of just have, you know, your email marketing tool being able to do those things, then this might be a good choice for you. But I would just go with actual sales funnel builder if I'm going to go with GetResponse. When it comes to ActiveCampaign automations, it has some very, very advanced automations. You can really personalize everything. There are some AI tools as well. I'm going to talk about this a little bit later in a different section, but they have very advanced stuff, and there's a lot of pre-built things that you can do as well. They have like site tracking, event tracking, cross-channel orchestration, all of these advanced segmentations, behavioral triggers, things like that. So honestly, they have the most advanced, the highest level of the different automations that you will want to do. They have like the CRM integrations as well, for different deal stages, lead scoring, practically unlimited logic depth. It's ideal for advanced marketers, but honestly, I will say one thing: you need to understand that for a lot of people, this might be too much. So you might not actually need, and other email marketing softwares might be enough. And there's another caveat when it comes to pricing that I'll discuss later. So even though it's way more advanced than other tools, or at least it can be more advanced, it might be just too much for you. But in general, it is definitely a 10 out of 10 when it comes to automations. When it comes to ease of use and interface, because it is a lot more advanced, I would say it's for more advanced marketers. It does have a clean layout, but it's a bit complex because you can customize so many different things. It's not as easy as other softwares. Once you master it, then it becomes pretty easy, and it's very efficient as well. But it's going to take you a minute to get used to it. So it's a 7 out of 10. When it comes to landing pages, they have a very good drag and drop builder, good range of templates, and the templates actually look really beautiful. I really like ActiveCampaign templates. The really strong part, I would say, is that they have full customization. So you can customize the landing pages here more than any other email marketing software. Full custom CSS. You have, of course, the A/B testing, and it integrates directly with a bunch of different stuff. So it is actually, I would say, maybe even comparable to some standalone website builders. So it's a 9 out of 10. When it comes to forms, again, I like forms a lot, like the landing pages. You have all of the different options: inline, floating, modal forms. You also have a bunch of different logics and tagging support. It's, again, you can create some really beautiful forms. I like it because of that, and the customization is really good. It's not going to be maybe as functional and as flexible as a dedicated form builder, but for email marketing form builder, it is definitely very good. So it's a 9 out of 10. When it comes to newsletter designer, again, you have basically this visual builder with smart personalization that you can add, and you can add dynamic blocks like other email marketing softwares. You also have A/B testing for subject lines, content, and send times. This is something that most of email marketing softwares will have. But on top of that, you also have deep analytics, including engagement, conversions, goal tracking. So it's really more or less, I would say, everything that you will need for a newsletter. So it's a 9 out of 10. When it comes to e-commerce and stores, it's has great integrations with Shopify, WooCommerce, all of the different things. Actually, the integrations, it has a lot of integrations. It has automations triggered by carts, orders, product behavior. I would say this is one thing that maybe stands out a little bit more compared to some of the other email marketing softwares, that this is not specifically for e-commerce, but it has, I would say, more e-com functionality than other non-e-commerce specific email marketing softwares. Maybe it's not as good as specifically email marketing softwares, but it's pretty up there. It also supports product recommendations, tagging, revenue reporting, all of that kind of stuff. So I would say it's a 9 out of 10. So when it comes to AI features, this is pretty interesting because first of all, you have email generation, predictive sending optimization. This is what most email marketing softwares provide. However, it goes beyond that. So it has this, what they call autonomous marketing. So basically you can talk with sort of like the AI model, and you can create different AI agents that are going to help you to basically build campaigns, to understand a little bit better what exactly is your performance. So this is very advanced stuff. Honestly, it's pretty new. So there is a question of, okay, how well does this work? And as you can see, you can basically like chat, okay, I want to create this and this type of campaign, and it's going to help you to create this campaign. Is it actually going to work well? Or that is a different question, and how useful it really is. But it might be sort of like a good stepping stone into at least taking the first step, and then from there kind of like adjusting things yourself. So it is pretty advanced compared to all of the other email marketing softwares. I will say that it has the most advanced AI features for right now. So it's a 9 out of 10. When it comes to unique features, it has built-in CRM for lead scoring and pipeline automations. So if this applies for your business, it doesn't apply for every business, but if it applies, that might be useful. Also, automation recipe marketplace. So basically these automation templates, and there's a lot of different, like hundreds of different templates. Again, I don't know how many you're actually going to use, but it's nice to have that in case if you want to actually use a bunch of different automations. A ton of integrations as well that are all native, which is really nice if you're going to use a lot of external apps. That is something to take into consideration as well. And as I said, I would also say all of the different AI features is something that's probably like unique, at least for now, until other email marketing software start doing it as well. So I would say ActiveCampaign definitely has the most advanced features. However, the caveat here is the pricing. So for 10,000 contacts, they have a few different pricing plans. The first one is a starter plan. And by the way, I really hate this, but they show billed annually instead of monthly. So basically this is with 20% discount. So keep in mind, you need to add additional 20% on top of this. So the starter plan, there's a few things here that you really need to understand. The starter plan, one big thing here is that you only have 5 actions per automation, which honestly is really nothing. This is like the most basic automations. You're going to run out of that super quick. And if you're going for ActiveCampaign, you're probably going because it has the really advanced automation features. So this plan also doesn't have a bunch of other stuff, but just because of this as well, I would say you're definitely not going to go with the starter plan. Honestly, you're going to need to look into Plus, or you will need to look into the Pro plan. So if you look at the Plus plan, it's $189, but this is annually. If you do it monthly, it's going to be something like $220, $230. And a few things here you need to understand as well. First is you get 10 times contact limit in terms of how many emails you can send. So basically you're going to be able to send 10 emails per contact. That's 2.5 emails per week on average, more or less. You can run out of that pretty quick. to be honest, especially if you're doing a bunch of automations. So actually, you're probably going to end up paying more. If you have, let's say, 10,000 contacts, you're probably going to run out of the emails that you're sending. You're going to send more than 10 emails. So you'll need to upgrade to the next plan and you're going to be paying more. So this is something that you need to understand, because some email marketing softwares, they provide unlimited amount of emails. Another important thing as well here is, if you look at the Plus plan, that you don't have some of the really important features. So let's say like conditional content, predictive sending. These are some of the features that you really, this is where ActiveCampaign shines. That's really like the advanced stuff why you're going for here. So let's say attribution and conversion tracking, it doesn't have that stuff as well. And this is something that's can be very important for your business. If you're like selling stuff, you definitely need attribution and conversion tracking. You can't do email marketing if you're not tracking your attribution. So keep in mind that it doesn't have some of these very important features. And even for, let's say, A/B testing, it's emails only. You can do A/B testing within automations, which honestly is crazy that you're paying this much money and you don't even have A/B testing within automations. It's really honestly kind of annoying. So you might need to go with the Pro plan if you need those features, most likely, and this is the most popular plan. However, as you can see, this plan is so much more expensive than the other plans. And that is because most people are going to upgrade to this plan, and this is where they make most of their money. So it's almost $400, but this is, again, this is annually. And the only thing here to keep in mind, you'll get most of the features that you need with this plan. So that is fine. You will not need to go for enterprise for most of the people. However, the only thing here as well is that you get 12 emails per one contact. So if you're sending a bunch of emails, if you're sending like every day or every other day, you're going to run out of that. So just keep in mind. And if you look, actually, if we press to buy now, you will see that per month, if I choose instead of annual billing, it's going to add additional 20%. So that's going to come to $420 per month, which is very, very expensive. You can get other email marketing softwares that have 95% of the features for 1/4 or 1/5 of the price. ActiveCampaign best for. It's perfect for the really advanced marketer, some agencies that need to bring in crazy results, some bigger businesses. It's best choice if you need some very deep automations, like some very high level CRM integrations, multi-channel personalization. However, as I mentioned, it comes with very high price tag. So I would say that you need to take into consideration, are you actually going to use all of these automations, all of the customizations, all of the different things? Because you can have another email marketing software that's 1/5 of the price that provides almost everything that you will need. So that's the only caveat here that you need to take into consideration. By the way, I have also made an ultimate video comparing all of the different softwares, so go check that out, link in description. And don't forget, I have special discounts and crazy bonuses if you use my affiliate link. So if you enjoy this, check out all of those links.